Let's talk Harry Kane. This is pain for us because this is our club. You know, Darren Ambrose, you're a Tottenham fan.
Yeah.
I'm a Tottenham fan as well. And a lot's going on with our club now as well. You know, we've been talking Manchester United. Let's quickly deal with Tottenham. Kane, this on the front of the paper, not the back. This is front newspaper worthy this week. Was it 160 million to Man City?
That's what they're suggesting.
Do you think there must be legs in that if it's going on the front of a newspaper, surely?
Well, look, it's been denied by both clubs, of course. It seems to be a very quiet. Them two are, although they're denying it, listen, you don't just pluck that out of thin air. 160 million, I mean, that's enough for me. That's enough that you'd say, yes, let him go to Man City. But like I said earlier, and I've got called out over this on a tweet, that Man City don't pay big transfer. They can, and will they? Like we said, 160 million is a big lot of money. But you know, I got messaged earlier saying it's nonsense to say Manchester City don't pay big on transfer fees. Well, they don't. Their record for signing, I think, is De Bruyne, just under 70 million. So they don't go.
But I think the counter argument to that is, like, you know, they do 4 70 million players in a window. Yeah,
but that's the way they've done it. Whether they'll change their approach and say, I agree they should. I think, why spend 300-400 million and then go to one player because you're essentially buying one player for 300-400 million because you've spent you wasted all that money on other players. But that's what they do. Haaland, 70 million next year, 60-70 million next season. So are they going to go with a false number 9 again? Who knows? But like we said, I don't think you pluck this out of the air. There's going to be some story behind it.
Who knows?
I like that.
Yeah. That is absolute radio partridge gold.
Oh, I love it.
Listen, in happier things at Tottenham Hotspur, Sonny signs a brand new deal. 5 years as well. He looks so happy at the club, doesn't he?
He does, and you know what? I've seen, again, mixed reactions on this. Not so much Spurs fans. All Spurs fans are absolutely delighted with this. But in terms of people outside of Spurs, the kind of question is lack of ambition by signing for Tottenham. But listen, Nuno's come in. He's obviously sat down with all the players. He spoke to them, apart from Harry Kane, which he said he ain't going to speak to till next month. But he seems to be buying into what he said. He's 29, so look, he could have got another big move. He's that age. He could have probably got another big payday. Tottenham are going to give him a big payday, but he loves the club, like you said, and we've seen that. He's happy when he plays. He's had a couple of really, really good seasons. So is that something that's going to... We go back to Harry Kane. Could Son signing convince Harry to stay? I don't know, but Harry moving or potentially moving hasn't convinced Son that he wants to move. So I'm delighted for that, being a Spurs fan.
Do you think with Sonny, it could be the case that he becomes the main man if Harry goes? You know, Son has got so much ability. I think I'm still confused that one of the big top clubs haven't been in for Son, because when Son is at his absolute best for Tottenham, at some points, especially the run-up to the Champions League final in 2019, Son was so important in that season, and actually more important than Harry Kane in some moments.
I absolutely agree with you. Why there hasn't been such people coming in to want to sign him, and there was arguments, like you said last season, that is Son world class. There's arguments. I mean, personally, I think he has world class games
and moments. Yeah,
and moments. Is he a world class football player? Probably not. But for Tottenham Hotspur, he is one of the main men, even with Harry Kane there. So if Harry does move on, he is going to step up that mantle, and he's going to be the overall main man. And perhaps that's what he's thinking. He wants that pressure on himself.
So is Harry Kane world class, Darren Ambrose?
Yes, I think he's world class. I think he look.
Can I counteract this, even as a Spurs fan?
Go on.
And I put this as a disclaimer. I love Harry Kane. If he leaves us, he's always going to be a legend, and he's going to break my heart, but I'll still love him. Is he world class? Euro final, didn't register a shot. Champions League final, didn't turn up. Semi-final of the World Cup. The big moments, Didier Drogba won Chelsea the Champions League on his own. Yeah, 2012. You go back to the original R9 Ronaldo, who had the best boots of all time, right? He individually won things for his country and his clubs he played at. To be world class, do you have to be that guy that can completely, in the biggest moment, on the biggest stage, change a game?
Yeah, potentially. I mean, Drogba done it for Chelsea. Look, for me, you don't often look at stats. Like I said earlier, you can get carried away and blinded by stats. But when it's stats that you're scoring and you're assisting, you're directly assisting goals, you can't get blinded because that is football, scoring goals. And
But what about if they're the penalties against Panama and 2 goals against Tunisia?
Still got to score them though.
Yeah,
still got to score them. You know, the pressure of penalties. We see that in the Euro final. The pressure of penalties is a lot, and he's still got to score them. He was top goal scorer in the World Cup. I know people say a lot of penalties, but you're still stepping there.
It's hard.
World watching you. He's 4 goals, so he was only Ronaldo beat him with 5 and Patrick Schick. So he had 4 goals in the Euros after a mediocre start, by the way. So look, numbers speak for himself with Harry Kane. Top goal scorer, top assist last season. He is world class. If you look at number 9s, Lewandowski, Harry Kane, Haaland, they're the only 3 that are around at the moment that are top players. So yeah, for me, world class
player. We love him at Tottenham, but there's 160 million pounds on the table. Do you cash in? Yes or no?
Yes, you do.
You do.
Yeah. If you're Tottenham, you I think it's a rebuild process at the moment for Tottenham. That's even with Harry Kane. So to have 160 million, okay, you're going to have lost your best player, but you can go out with 160, get 3-4 decent players, and start a rebuild, and that's what Nuno needs.
And ask Liverpool fans what happened after Coutinho left and they got all that money. It was pretty good.